This video is a crash course on LlamaIndex. You may be saying LlamaIndex has been around for a while, so why are you actually doing a video on LlamaIndex now? So if you look at the LlamaIndex website just a year ago, the tagline was turn your enterprise data into production-ready LLM application. But if you look at the tagline now, it says redefine document workflows with AI agents. So they have totally pivoted into AI agents. And they have categorized the products into document parsing, data extraction, knowledge management, and agent framework. And this is where all the open source LlamaIndex framework resides. Let's start by looking into the product offering itself. We have document parsing. They've called it LlamaParse. It's used to transform unstructured data into LLM optimized formats. Best Gen AI native parsing platform built specifically to transform complex documents with tables, charts, images, flow diagrams into clean data for LLM application. It basically transforms your unstructured data into LLM optimized format. You can take any unstructured data and convert it into a format that the LLM likes. Here's an example they have given for parsing. So if you have the input document, which is a PDF document, let's say, and it has all these charts, the output of LlamaParse would be something like this, where all the data is parsed and you have all the data in tabular format or textual format. It doesn't matter whether it's financial report or research paper or technical manuals. LlamaParse streamlines your document workflow, enabling you to focus on leveraging your data. And it supports a lot of files right from PDF to XML to even EPUB. So you can crunch any type of file into an LLM, and you can also choose what sort of speed that you want. So if you want the fast mode, it excels at text and tables. But if you want the premium mode, it can handle any document type, giving the most accurate and comprehensive results. You can configure to have an output format in say JSON or a markdown, and you can configure this in the LlamaParse. So that was LlamaParse. The next possibility is data extraction. They've called it LlamaExtract, and it's effortless structured data extraction. Basically, you can define a schema and extract structured data from any document, be it invoice, contract, claims, PDFs with high accuracy. Let's look at how it works. You define a schema like it's defined here, and you pass the original document, and at the output, you get the extracted result in a structured output, say a JSON format. So it's as simple as that. That's what they're saying again. You upload the documents, define the schema or the prompt, and you run and retrieve structured output in JSON format and integrate directly in your applications. For example, in the finance case, you can extract fields from invoices, receipts, and financial statements. In the legal case, you can summarize and extract key entities like contacts, legal filings, and in healthcare, you can pull data from, say, clinical notes or discharge summaries. And in case of insurance, you can extract fields like claims from downstream workflows, so on and so forth. And the third one that's on offer is the knowledge management, and they're calling it the LlamaCloud. And they're saying you can get accurate and secure knowledge management for AI agents. So if you want to make any unstructured data LLM ready, then you can go for LlamaCloud. It's like you have everything under one roof that's provided by LlamaIndex itself. So if you click on get started, you will get this page to sign in. So if I sign in with my Google account and I'm now signed into LlamaCloud, we can see that there's parse here, there's extract here, there's index here, and you can create a pipeline with all these. Let's play around with parse to begin with. The recommended setting is this. I'm just going to leave it like that. And on the right, we can see this add a file for parsing. We can either upload or we can give the file URL. I'm just going to drag and drop a file, which is about the Apple's latest 144 filing. It's just a 2-page document. I'm going to drag and drop the file here. It's got uploaded. I'm not going to change any of the details, and I'm just going to click on parse. So once it's finished parsing the document, we can see the different formats that we want the outputs to be. I can click on text or JSON or whatever. So if I'm happy with the JSON format, I can click here to download it, and I can use the downloaded format for any other purpose. The LlamaCloud is for someone who is less technically inclined, who cannot really code much. But if you want to actually get your hands dirty by coding, then they're offering agent framework. So agent framework is the one to orchestrate and deploy multi-agent applications over the data. Let's have a look at that. Production ready framework for LLM agents. So let's look at the GitHub page now. So the repository is MIT license, which is open source. And if you want to get started, we can either run pip install LlamaIndex to install everything together, or we can install each of them separately. For example, we could do pip install LlamaIndex core, pip install LlamaIndex LLMs OpenAI, and LLMs replicate. So this is the documentation. And in the documentation, they have got introduction, use cases, getting started, LlamaCloud, community, and related projects. And on the left side, we could see that there's installation step, installation and setup, and then how to read this docs. We will do some quick hands-on by installing and setting it up, but let's look into how to read these documents. We need to make sure Python is installed. Otherwise, if you're working with JavaScript, it's going to be a TypeScript package. So once we install the library, then we can move on to writing the 5 lines in demo. That's the starter tutorial. So I will walk you through the starter tutorial towards the end of the video, but let's get back to what else we need to know to get started. Then we need to learn about the high-level concepts. So let's look into the high-level concepts. So we need to know what the LLMs are, and we need to know agentic application. When an LLM is used within an application, it is often used to make decisions, take actions, or interact with the world. This is the core definition of an agentic application. We also need to know what is LLM augmentation. We can augment the LLMs with arbitrary call functions, or we can augment with memory, or it could be dynamic prompts. We also need to know about prompt chaining. So if we have several LLM calls and the output of one LLM call being used as input to the next one, then it's called prompt chaining. Then there's something called routing. So routing is used to route the application to the next appropriate step or state in the application. Then there's parallelism. So the application can perform multiple steps in parallel. And then there's orchestration, where we can have hierarchical structure of LLMs used to orchestrate low-level actions and LLMs. And then there's reflection, and the LLM can also be used to reflect and validate outputs of previous steps or LLM calls. So that's reflection. So we have implemented a reflection agent in our past video, so you can have a look at that as well. And we need to know what agents are in general. So an agent is a piece of software that semi-automatically performs tasks by combining agent LLMs with other tools and memory. So we have built quite a few agents in our previous videos, so you can have a look at that. And then there's retrieval augmented generation. Again, we have done videos on introduction to retrieval augmented generation. You can have a look at that and come back to this. So the use cases could be for building agent, or it could be for building a workflow. So a workflow is nothing but orchestration of a sequence of steps and LLM calls. And structured data extraction, this is where you use pedantic schemas to define the structure of the data, and you simply extract data and then you feed into any LLM to fill the missing pieces in a type safe way. And then there's query engine. It's an end-to-end flow that allows you to ask questions over your data. So your data can be anything. You post it in an interactive way so that you can ask questions about whatever is there in your data. And then obviously you can build chat engines, which is an end-to-end flow where you can have conversation with your data and you get answers for the specific questions you ask. So these are the different use cases, and these are the concepts that we need to be familiar with. With that introduction, let's move on to the starter example. They've given an example of how we can go about building a simple agent using LlamaIndex and how we can add RAG capabilities to the code. So to get started, I've created a Conda environment called LlamaIndex. So I'm just going to activate that. LlamaIndex start. I've activated the virtual environment. And one of the next things that we need to do is set the OpenAI API key. So I'm going to say OpenAI API key is set your OpenAI API key here. Let's start the Jupyter notebook by typing Jupyter lab. So I've launched the Jupyter notebook and I'm saying pip install LlamaIndex. And I'm also installing OpenAI because we're going to be using OpenAI models. Particularly, I found this version going very well with LlamaIndex. So I fixed the version to 1.83.0 and the installation went through fine. Because we sent the environment variable for the OpenAI API key, I'm getting the OpenAI API key through os.environ. We're going to be building a basic agent and we're going to be introducing context to it. We're going to just do a simple RAG pipeline. I've imported the needed classes. The simple agent we are going to be building is a function agent. So it's going to take the multiply function as a tool, and the LLM is going to be the GPT-4o mini model. And the system prompt is, you're a helpful assistant that can multiply two numbers. And to run the agent, if we do agent.run, it's and ask what is a times b, and it's giving a response saying that the result of a times b is this. So that's a basic agent we can create with LlamaIndex. If you want to introduce context to it, we can say context is context of agent. Now we will notice that the agent has memory. So if I run, my name is AI bytes, ctx is context, and if I again go back and ask what is my name, we will see that it has remembered my name as AI bytes. Let's see what it does. So if I just print the response, we can see that the name is AI bytes. So that's how we can introduce context to it. And then we can also build RAG pipelines. I'm just going to build a simple RAG pipeline. For running a simple RAG pipeline, what we're going to do is we're going to create a directory called data. And inside that, we're going to download Paul Graham's essays, which are quite famous ones. And we can see that inside data, now we have the Paul Graham essays. Now we can quickly do some RAG on the data. So to do RAG, first we need to create object documents. So documents is simple directory reader of the data, the folder that we just created, and then say load data. To index, we're going to say vector store index dot from documents, and we're going to pass the documents that we just loaded. And then the query engine is of course going to be the index.as query engine. So those are the three main lines. So we are loading the document, we are creating the index using vector store index from the document, and we're saying the index is now as a query engine. So if I just run that, it's going to take a while because it's doing all those stuff. So that ran fine. We can now interact with this document, but first we need to create our agent. So in agent is function agent, and the tools is obviously search documents. We haven't created this tool, so let's create this tool by saying define search documents as what takes a query which is a string, and it returns a string as well. And inside that we will say response is await query engine dot async query of the query and return the response as a string. So this is the function. Obviously, because we are using async query, we are going to also say async define search documents. So that tool is now defined, and we are going to be using the OpenAI model for this, which is going to be GPT-4o mini, and the system prompt is you are a helpful assistant that can search through documents to answer questions. So that should do for the system prompt. We have created the agent. Let's run that. Yeah, that agent is created. Now if we want to work with it, we can just say response is await agent.run, and we will give the query that we will need to pass, which is what did the author do in college. Let's print the response and see what the answer we get. In college, the author applied to art school, attended classes in fundamental subjects like drawing, color, and design, and participated in the painting department at the academia. Also wrote essays on various topics, worked on spam filters, did some painting, hosted dinner for friends, and eventually started his own investment firm with collaborators. So that's definitely Paul Graham. So it has pulled data from the document that we just added to the data folder. So that's a simple RAG pipeline we have created. One thing to note is that everything is agent based now. To begin with, even to build a simple pipeline, we first creating an agent, and then that agent is responding to your query, even for a simple RAG pipeline. So that's the basic getting started hands-on. And there's one more thing that I wanted to show you, which is the LlamaHub. This is where all the integrations from a contributor or a collaborator is listed. For example, if you want to work with, say, multimodal model, and your multimodal model is there in Hugging Face, then you can use this. Basically, you can do pip install LlamaIndex multimodal LLMs Hugging Face, and you can set your Hugging Face API key. You can straight away import the Hugging Face multimodal class from LlamaIndex, and you can create Hugging Face multimodal.from model name, and you can pass your own model, and you can use that because the model is multimodal. You can pass an image as an input and say image document, and you can describe the image in detail, and you get the response about the image. So that's super cool. And we have several contributions here. If I select all integrations, you can see the different integrations that are available. So you can even build your own integration for your own system, and you can contribute because LlamaIndex is open source. So just to summarize what we saw, we started with looking into LlamaParse, which is for document parsing. And then we quickly looked into LlamaExtract, which is for extracting the data by defining a schema. And then we also saw about LlamaCloud. It's for people who are less technical and who want to manage their data in the cloud, in Llama's own native cloud. And we also saw about agent framework. Particularly, we saw how we can build your own workflow. We quickly saw how we can build a RAG pipeline. Not to forget, we also have LlamaHub. If you want to do some contribution to LlamaIndex and build your own integration into LlamaIndex, then LlamaHub is the place where you want to contribute. So I hope it's useful for you to get started quickly with LlamaIndex, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, take care.